Hey everybody, welcome to a new video of the jit.gen series from 0 to hero. So I realized that I didn't have a video about normalization, which is a super important function inside the jit.gen. So here we are with the vector normalization explanation video. I've prepared some little graphics here that will help us understand the concept. So as you can see, we got these three axes that represent the axis of our virtual world. So the x-axis, the z-axis, and the y-axis. And then we got a ball, a sphere, moving around in this world with the projection of its position on the planes formed by the axis. And we got also this yellow line, which represents a vector that goes from the center of our world to the target. And this vector has a length, which means exactly how long is this line in world units. You can see this length represented here is this number, 5.1 for example, and so on. So the farther is going to be this sphere from the center of our world, the longer is going to be this vector or this line. So let's stop 1 second now the sphere from moving, and let's normalize this vector using the normalize function inside jit.gen, and you can see that now its length became 1. So let's see exactly what we are doing. So inside jit.gen, I am simply choosing the vector as it will be normally, and then the vector normalize using the normalize object. So what have we done? Basically, the normalize function takes a vector with an arbitrary length and gives it a length of 1. So the magnitude of this vector, the length of this vector, how long this line is always going to be 1. As you can see, the length here became 1. So the vector is still pointing in the same direction as it did before, it's just that its length became 1. Before it was 3.94 and now it's 1. So why would we actually need to do this operation on a vector? Why do we need to have a vector with length 1? Well, let's see. For example, in our videos about the particle series, we often use vectors to move our particles in space. For example, we got our particle here that we want that this particle reaches a target in the space. So we simply calculate a vector that goes from the particle to the target, and this we do by simply subtracting the position of the particle from the position of the target, and then we get this vector that points from the particle to the target. Now, if we want to move the particles, we need to sum this vector to our particle position. But if we just will sum this whole vector as it is, as we got it, then the particle in the next frame will instantly reach the position of the target, will be exactly here. So instead, we need to scale this vector and give it a smaller magnitude. For example, if we multiply this vector by something like 0.5, then we would halve this vector, and now this vector will just arrive here, so it will take 2 frames to the particle to reach the target. But the problem is that we have particles often that are at different position, that are at different distances from the target. So basically these particles will reach the target. If we divide this vector in 2, the particles will reach the target at the same time in which these particles reach it, but this particle is much farther from the target, so it should normally take much more time to reach it, right? They should not all arrive at the target at the same time. So this is why it's useful to normalize this vector, because if we normalize this vector, it doesn't matter how long it was before, it's always going to have a length of 1. So even if the particle was very close to the target, then it's going to have a vector of length 1, which we can then multiply for some scalar number and rescale it as much as we want. We can make it much smaller or we can make it much bigger, but we always know precisely what is the current length of the vector. So all the particles will now move at the same speed, because the vector that points to the target, it's for all those particles, is a vector with the same magnitude. So it's just the direction that is different, but the magnitude for all the vectors of the particles is the same. And this is exactly why we need to normalize vectors in most of the cases. Also, vector normalization is used when we calculate the normals of a surface. So the normals of a surface, as we saw in some videos, is the vector that is perpendicular to the plane that is tangent to our surface. So this is our surface, this is a tangent plane to the surface, and this is our normal vector. And in this case, for example, is used to calculate the incident light at this vertex of the shape, and this vector needs to be normalized because we don't need to know the magnitude of this vector, we just need to know its direction, and that's why it's often useful to normalize vectors. So this has nothing to do with the norm object, don't get confused. The norm object is simply a container of coordinates for every cell of the matrix, and it's nothing to do with it. Normalize is really a function that is applied on an input, while norm is just a container, it's not really a function because it doesn't even have an input, so it's just a container. And that's normalize, it's a function. So I hope this was clear. If you have some more questions, I'm here. If you like my videos, I would be glad if you subscribe to the channel and like the video. And you can also check my Patreons in order to support the channel and get a lot of patches for Max MSP, especially about the visuals aspect of Max. So thank you very much for following and see you soon with a new video. Ciao!